Hi, I'm Carrie, Bear Chief, and we're up here at Midville Creek Drainage on the east side of Glacier. And we're up here we hiked up here with Craig Falcon, and he's going to give us some history and some stories about this area concerning Bigfoot.
Hi, I'm Craig Falcon. We're up here in Midville Creek Drainage. It's kind of like a place I've known for years as a hunter and a hiker, and it's a place where not only myself but other people have ran into Bigfoot several times, and really too close for encounters with him. This is an area that I would consider a Bigfoot highway, just like this drainage here. It leads into the Two Medicine drainage, which is a bear highway. And because of all the abundance of berries that grow through here, all the way down to by the AMS ranch, where there's a lot of not Stavis berries, but choke cherries.
Choke cherries, yeah.
So you'll always see something in there, and it's hardly walked because it's so steep to get into. So it'd be a perfect place for people or Bigfoots to walk, I guess.
Yeah.
So, one of the things, when I first started seeing Bigfoot, it was here in East Glacier. It must have been around between 1968 and 70. We had a cabin here in town. And I was probably only about this big. Just probably 4 years old. And me and my brother Ron and my brother Jerry were all playing in the living room. We had this cabin right behind what is now used to be the old library. Used to be a cabin behind there, and that's where we lived. And we were playing, and my brother Ron says, "Look out that window. There's something peeking in." Oh. So when you're a little boy, you're just full of no fear. I went running up and jumped on that couch and just ripped the curtains open, and it was like I was probably this close, face to face, with this giant face looking in the window. And back then the windows were really square, and its entire face filled that window. Its eyes were about this big, and it just had this, I call it a smile. It was like it was looking at his kids playing, and it really thought that we were amusing to it.
Yeah.
Because we must have been really raised in hell, really bad kids. And we were having a blast, and it looked at me, and it was just like smiling at me. And I could see its face in detail so much. And my brothers both seen it also. And my brother said that when I seen it, I just automatically turned around and just bounced off that couch. And he said that I was actually floating off the ground. I must have been so scared, or flying, moving so fast. And we just shot into my parents' bedroom and into their bed one at a time. It was just like really scared kids, and it kind of freaked them out too, because nobody wanted to go outside and see what it was. And it was winter time, and back then we had really deep snow. The next morning went out and looked at what was out there, and you could see the tracks going all the way around the house. And then after it left, you could see the tracks crossing where Circle R Motel is. And it goes right across the depot, right behind the lodge. Then it goes straight up towards Dancing Woman Mountain. My dad and them said that they followed those tracks for a long time until that snow was getting, chest deep and, above their shoulders.
Yeah.
And they said they just couldn't follow it anymore. It just was cutting through the snow like it was nothing. Yeah. And it was an image that really stuck in my head. It was so vivid that about 4 or 5 years ago, my brother Ron, he's a pretty good artist. He drew a picture and he said, "Check this out." And he threw it over to me, and I looked at it, and it was so lifelike how he drew it. It just scared the hell out of me. I was thinking, wow, that's the same thing that we've seen. And it was so close you could see his eyes,
Yeah.
And his eyes were like cat eyes, huh?
Oh.
And they're kind of yellowish. But Jesus, his head was big. it was a giant head. So he must have been really, really tall. That was
Wow.
that was my first encounter with Bigfoot. And after that, it just seemed like it continued and continued over time, all the way
Yeah.
up until till now. You know, the sightings are pretty abundant, and some of the stories also are really crazy about Bigfoot and how people misconstrue what he is and what he's doing and where he's going and where he
Yeah.
lives and all this.
Well, so you've had like I had my sighting when I was already an adult, but you being a child, and having that experience, I think that's really something. And then, to because not everybody that goes out in the woods sees Bigfoot, so that's what always astonishes me, that the people that do get that experience is maybe once in a lifetime, but for you to be able to have that experience several times, I just think that's really amazing, because I had one experience, and like I said, it never left
Mm-hmm.
my mind. And I might not think about it every day, but I think I don't go a week without thinking about that sighting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.